So here we are, friends. Comet C speaking from the Virtual Telescope project, and I decided to start this right away because very soon we will start seeing the comet in the same field of view of the wonderful galaxy we know, going to have a meeting, cosmic meeting with the comet. So I decided to open this right away, and I'm ready to share with you, of course, the telescope console to show you everything. Here we are. At least I know that you have all what you need to track this unique event while it is going to happen right now. And of course I will introduce myself. As usual, I will introduce the experience we are sharing together, but first of all I wanted to start this while the comet is still apparently approaching the galaxy, but soon the galaxy will enter the field of view. But let me address some greetings to you, friends. So let's start this officially. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Comet C speaking from Rome, Italy, and I'm very happy to be here to share with you something very, very special. This very nice comet, we had a number of quite interesting comets recently, is going tonight to have a very special meeting. While it is traveling across the solar system, quite close to us, of course, it is apparently going to meet a much more distant cosmic gem, a spiral galaxy NGC 2903, which very soon will show in the same field of view of the comet itself. And as soon as I saw that Comet Iwamoto was going to have this pulse, how we call this apparent meeting, because of course the galaxy is much more distant. Okay, you can see on the upper left that something is going to enter the field of view. As I told you, the Comet Iwamoto is very close to us, about 50 millions of kilometers, while the galaxy we are going to see soon in the field of view is about 30 millions of light years. So there is such a very cosmic difference in distance. But this is just a question of perspective. The comet is transiting in front of the galaxy, and if you look on the upper left in the image, you see that some light, something is entering, as I said, the field of view, and that is the galaxy. And this is why I decided to start this right away, because I really wanted to share with you this very moment. This comet is now at its best. Comet C 2008 Y1 Iwamoto has been discovered last year, at the end of the year, by Iwamoto, an observer, an astronomer from Japan. And as you can see, it is now very bright, at least in astronomical terms. I just mean that if you go out there with a little binocular right now, you can really enjoy this comet. Please don't believe this comet it's easy to see. It's easy to see with your own eyes. You need an astronomical device, you need an optical tool like a binocular at least. And the virtual telescope wanted to share this with you in real time. Comet Iwamoto is slowly approaching where the galaxy is, and you can see this is the comet, the brightest part of the comet, where the icy, the dirty snowball, the nucleus is. And you can also see here a hint of the ion tail. Keep in mind we are using very short exposure times because we want to see this with an almost real-time effect, friends. So it's amazing that this is happening right now. Now I switch to the full console so that you can see, you can have the best experience. Here it is. I've been waiting for this for a number of weeks, and it is now happening. And what is important here is that the Virtual Telescope project is sharing this with you. I want to remind you the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project. They are Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisq, Bader Planetarium, C-Web, Santa Barbara Instruments Group, and Planewave Instruments. And I also want to thank all the media which featured this live opportunity. And I also want to remind that this live is hosted in partnership with the Technological and Scientific Board of ANSA, the most important press agency in Italy. And as you can see, this icy world, Comet Iwamoto, is slowly approaching, at least from a perspective point of view. Keep in mind that the comet is incredibly close to us, luckily not very close to go to it is not going to hit us, of course, but it is in our solar system. It is about 1/3 of the sun distance, so more or less 50 millions of mere kilometers, okay? While the galaxy slowly entering the field of view is, of course, much more distant, 30 millions of light years. Kilometers for the comet, light years, million of light years for the galaxy. So this is just question of perspective, something that we call a pulse in the astronomical world. But how interesting that this is going to show this way in front of us. The galaxy NGC 2903 is a very complex, very well structured spiral galaxy with a bright nucleus, which is now visible in the upper part of the frame. And I find this honestly unique. As you can see, we scheduled this live feed to start at 10 p.m. local Italian time. That is right now. And this was exactly when the galaxy basically entered the field of view. Happy that we could start this a bit earlier, so we could really track in real time, as I told you, this slow approach. It is not happening so often, friends. Look, the galaxy in the upper left, which is extremely more distant, 30 millions of light years, is apparently going to have a meeting with this comet. The sky is clear where we have the observatory in Ceccano, central Italy. There is a bright moon up there, but the sky is so clear that we can see this faint galaxy so easily, but there is a lot of wind, so the image is not the best in sharpness. But we are lucky because this very moment of the year, this season, we can easily have very bad weather. So happy that at least here we are. And you can see the head of the comet. Actually, you don't see the nucleus is very small. Just to give you an idea, it can be a few hundred meters, it can be a few kilometers, sometimes can be several tens of kilometers, even a bit more, okay? While the galaxy, of course, is very far away. And if you can see, after all, this galaxy so bright, despite the huge distance, is because the galaxy is formed by hundreds of billions of suns, of stars. And I really find this kind of meeting amazing, friends. And this is happening right now, and the Virtual Telescope is bringing to you this live. As you can see, the stars are now less sharp, simply because the atmosphere, okay, above the observatory is really fluctuating a lot. Now it is better, you know, like when you travel on an airplane, okay, and the telescope has to look out there through the atmosphere. And if the atmosphere is moving a lot, of course, the image, the stars are not sharp, are not like sharp points, you know. But again, I'm very happy that at least we could have good weather. Look how image after image, you can see here in the upper left What is happening? I asked the telescope to take basically 1000 images back to back, such a very long sequence, and now the telescope is taking image number 55, and every image is consists in 20 seconds of exposure. That is, the light coming from this patch of sky is collected for 20 seconds, and then what the camera has recorded is downloaded and shared with the computer and then digitized so that we can see this. No matter where you are on this planet, this digital information is coming to you through the internet, and this is the magic of the Virtual Telescope project. And really, see how beautiful the galaxy is with the nucleus, with the arms, this barred galaxy, and this is really amazing. I'm so happy that Do Weather is with us while this very nice cosmic meeting is happening. Of course, I can play a bit with the image, just increasing brightness and contrast, so I can also push, killing the aesthetic very likely, to show also the pattern of the comet, showing its coma, and sometimes, of course, with longer exposure, not just 20 seconds, you can even see an hint of the faint ion tail that I recorded earlier. Just to give you an idea about the richness of these images, okay, that we are taking in real time, I told you. Amazing, I think. Let me adjust again the image so that we can see the shape of the object a bit better. Perhaps this is the best scale, because if I zoom too much, I'm basically zooming the turbulence. Let's stay this way. Let me adjust also this window so that I can also show you where we are looking. Again, I want to underline that all this is happening in real time, as always with the Virtual Telescope project. Where is the comet in the sky? Let's use the star chart. I just asked the telescope to keep the image away for a while, and as you can see, the comet is exactly here where you see the yellow circle, so it is in the Lion constellation, of course, here. And the brightest star in Leo, the Lion, this is clearly a zodiacal constellation, is Regulus here, and close to the head of the Lion we have the comet, and of course we also have the galaxy. Here we have this amazing cosmic meeting. As I told you, when I saw that such a meeting was going to happen, I was really impressed, because I love that galaxy. I managed to take images, high-res images of that galaxy years ago a few times. Also here you can see a satellite, an artificial satellite. So you have three objects right now on the stage. Amazing, friends. How many things happen up there. When you look up, you never know what you will find, what you will see. All this in real time. I apologize if I underline this from time to time, but we live, the times we live are always offering us something confusing. Sometimes you don't understand, you cannot understand what is real and what is not real. This is real. The telescope is just observing. We asked the telescope to point the right place, the right point in the sky, tracking the comet, because the telescope is tracking the comet. And in fact, you can see that the galaxy and the stars are slowly sliding from the upper left to the bottom right, while the galaxy is apparently sitting in the same place of the image, because the telescope is tracking the apparent motion of the comet. And I find this honestly amazing. For us, sharing the sky is a mission, you know. And I hope that your time with us is enjoyable. I take the opportunity to tell you that February 19 we will also share live the rising supermoon, the largest full moon of the year, and we will do this from Rome, so you will see the moon while it will rise above the amazing legendary monuments of the Eternal City. Amazing. This is a crazy technology. If you think a bit about this, I am in Rome, the telescope is about 100 kilometers from me, and you are somewhere over planet Earth, and this is reaching you in real time. I find that this is the good side of technology, you know. Image after image, you can see how this pulse is happening in front of us, friends. We know that this comet is moving on a very large orbit, very eccentric, and we estimate that this comet will be back in about 1,400 years. So if you want, you can wait for the next the next opportunity, but I'm not sure that the next time the comet will meet this galaxy. Anyway, and of course I don't know what kind of people, of humans, this comet will find on planet Earth next time it will be here in about 1,400 years by now. Let me try to enlarge a bit so that we can see a bit better this slowly approaching comet. But keep in mind, the galaxy is just on the background, in the very background. The comet is just out there, 50 millions of kilometers. The galaxy is about 30 millions of light years. Keep in mind that 1 light year is about 10,000 billions of kilometers. The comet is a very small, hazy world, while the galaxy you see here hosts hundreds of billions of stars. Just to give you an idea, if they look the same in apparent brightness, it is because the galaxy is incredibly much more distant than the comet, friends. I must say that I'm really amazed to see this. All this is happening in the sky, and we are here just looking together. I cannot tell you how how beautiful I find this, but I understand this is my job, this is my passion, so for me this is of course super, but I'm confident that you can see the beauty of this yourself. And I hope you appreciate that the Virtual Telescope project is bringing this to you for free, just to make sure that everyone can enjoy the cosmic beauty. How beautiful! And this comet will be visible with just a very modest equipment like a little binocular for a few weeks. Unfortunately, in the very next days, the full moon will really flood the sky with its light, and it will be hard to spot this comet. But after a few days, when the moon will move in the second part of the night, you can much more easily observe this comet again, even if it will be slowly fading. Amazing. I cannot stay without looking at this. Perhaps this is the best choice, just providing with you with such a delicate, smooth grayscale. Look, I just adjusted the image parameters, nothing more than this. And for me, as I told you, it's always a joy to bring this to people worldwide. And after all, this is the same universe we share, so I find obvious to share this with the world, as this world belongs to the universe we are admiring together. Of course, you are always invited to consider supporting the Virtual Telescope with a small donation, because we don't ask for money, as you can see, but we don't have money from other sources. Here, what we do is just supported by our hard work and our love for the cosmos. But of course, there are bills to be paid, and if you can donate something, no matter how much, but whatever you want, this will really help us a lot. So you can do this accessing the Virtual Telescope website, www.virtualtelescope.eu, and from there just follow the donate button you will find on the website, and this will be very useful for us. But as you can see, we are doing this for free, as we have been doing for basically 12 years now. When we invented the Virtual Telescope, we invented this kind of live streamings. Before the Virtual Telescope, this was simply science fiction, and now this is real, and hopefully we have something to say also after such a long time, 12 years. It was 2006 when the Virtual Telescope was born. I remember it was 20 August that year, and it was a special day for astronomy, I hope. Amazing, friends. How close, apparently close, the comet and the galaxy are going to be. I hope that your time with us is worth The Virtual Telescope project right now is sharing with you in real time this apparent wonderful meeting between Comet Iwamoto. Here it is, you can see its head and even some fuzzy light from its coma, and the wonderful galaxy NGC 2903. Let me see if I can enlarge a bit, perhaps right now you can see the seeing is much better, and let's stay this way for a while so that we can see at the best resolution this apparent wonderful meeting between the comet at 50 millions of kilometers from us, around the minimum distance from Earth by the way, and the galaxy, which is about 30 millions light years from us. And you can see also there are stars on the background, and the comet, while it is moving, is apparently emitting the stars as well. But wow, the galaxy of course is special by itself. Image after image, you can see this apparent meeting developing. I'm never tired to spy these things and share them with you friends. Image after image, the virtual telescope is bringing to you the universe, no less than the universe, and I hope this is of some meaning for you. Weather has been so far wonderful, and we thank the weather because this time of the year, this season, is not obvious to have clear weather, you know. And I was really hoping so that we could share with you this honestly unique show. A galaxy and a comet meeting live through the Virtual Telescope project. Of course, to see this you really need a telescope. Amazing friends. This is perhaps one of the best sights so far. The head of the comet, very small world, and the nucleus of the galaxy hosting many billions of stars, and likely a black hole. Amazing friends, to see this elegant galaxy and this nice comet right now side by side. And for us this is a unique show. I cannot stay without looking here. And of course, we will also make a movie with this, but this will happen tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. What is important here is that we can see this together. How beautiful. A comet and a galaxy finally together. We have been waiting for this for a while, and now we have it. Just to show you again a bit better the extension of the comet and also the extension of the galaxy, because we were just concentrating on the brightest features of both, but you can see that they are much more larger, and here you can see some hint, very faint hint of the ion tail, which is well visible with longer exposure. But now back to the better grayscale palette. How beautiful this is, friends, really. How beautiful. I cannot tell you how I really like this. I have seen this kind of things, that is a comet approaching a deep sky gem, several times. Not many times, because as I told you, okay, you can have the comet meeting an anonymous deep sky object every time, very often, but I mean such a gem, such a very important deep sky target, you know. This is happening just from time to time, and tonight this comet, the best comet we have in the sky right now, is meeting one of the best galaxies we have in this almost spring sky, at least for us living in the north. This is placed in the Lion constellation, which is visible at its best during the spring from us, for us living in the north. How nice. How nice. This is happening in real time. just trying to we are right now at the minimum angular distance. Just trying to calculate a few things on fly. Okay. Yes, right now we are basically at the minimum. The minimum distance, the angular distance, is at its minimum right now. Perhaps in a couple of minutes we will really touch the minimum. We will have the climax of the event, I mean. How beautiful. A galaxy and a comet are apparently meeting, with a comet, as I told you, at 50 millions of kilometers from us, while the galaxy is about 30 millions of light years. So there is such a huge difference, but right now they are apparently so close. How beautiful is this? And we are spying together something unique, thanks to the virtual telescope. The weather is wonderful at the observing site. And you can see how the journey is continuing. And then, what else? I think that there are just a few words to be said here, because this is universal. You can understand such a beauty no matter where you are, no matter your tongue. This is just beautiful, you know. Speechless beauty, of course. I find that these events are a rare, a unique opportunity to increase awareness about the sky, because we live really so fast that sometimes we forget that if we look up we can see the stars, and we never think about what is behind those stars. To be honest, this is also not easy. It is not just a question of thinking, because if you look up, very likely you see almost nothing, because we live buried in the light pollution, making it impossible for us to enjoy the sky. We are sending up there a lot of artificial light. We are just throwing away artificial light, so a lot of money. That is light pollution, as I told you, and this is why we see basically no stars over our city roofs. And for us, the sky is now something so special that is normal. We do accept that the sky is not visible regularly. We believe that the sky is something living on the top of mountains, and for us this is okay. But this is absolutely wrong. This is crazy. We should fight to keep the stars shining also over our city roofs, because it is important to look up and find those stars, those very far lights telling us about the universe. And such a frame, okay, we could see looking up, and the meaning we can really get back from the stars is important also to place us in space and time, and also to make us, I mean, more cautious about what we are doing here right now. Okay, this is why I really hate light pollution, and you know, I can talk about this for hours, because I really think that we have to preserve the richness of the sky. It is a resource, and you know, our ancestors really had a very special attention, also sacred attention for the stars, and it is, to me at least, some kind of contradiction that for them the sky was sacred, and for us the sky is so stupid that we can destroy everything just throwing money through light pollution up there and just covering everything. It is strange. Our ancestors have a huge respect for the sky. We basically have no respect, and my modest opinion is that we are wrong and they were right, but you know, my opinion. Meantime, the meeting is still ongoing. We could see the climax earlier, but the comet is still traveling across the solar system along its orbit, you know. And I really hope that for you this is enjoyable as it is for me to bring it to you, and of course to see it together. I find the experience of the sky always really amazing, breathtaking, because if you look up you start thinking about the distance of the objects you are seeing, also really the huge distance in space between these two apparent friends. The comet is just behind the corner, you know, this galaxy is incredibly far, suspended somewhere in space and time, but despite this you can see this wonderful thing right now happening in front of you. You can see this beauty personally, and for me this is one of the best things we have back from technology. I must say, from time to time I am proud that technology can really do this for us, helping us rediscovering something we are forgetting, and perhaps pushing us to to scratch our mind just to grasp something special lurking up there all the time. We really don't have time to think about this very often, but find the time to ask yourself about these things, find the time to look up, find the time to recognize the brightest stars, and at some point they will be your friends. Trust me, I'm not fool. This is what will happen if you will start looking up, naming the stars, calling the stars with their ancient names, and you will discover that the sky is basically using all the tongues, all the languages. You will find this if you will look at the stars, and if you will find some time to stay together with the stars. How beautiful is this? How beautiful. Comet Iwamoto and the Spiral Galaxy NGC 2903 are offering us this very, very special show. I want to thank all of you also for your time, because giving some of your time to this experience is very precious. So thank you for trusting us and for joining this cosmic journey, this cosmic cruise, you know, how we love to call this kind of experience. I think I'm going to close the audio comment, but I will leave the live images coming to you, so it will be simply without my voice, but the images will stay live for a while, hopefully until the galaxy will leave the field of view. I hope that for you this was a rewarding experience, friends. And I really hope that for you this was a very special moment with the stars. So friends, for me it's time to send you my greetings. Gianluca Masi speaking from Rome, founder and scientific director of the Virtual Telescope Project, and for me it has been such a privilege to be here sharing with you this unique meeting between Comet Iwamoto and the Spiral Galaxy NGC 2903, and I hope you will join the Virtual Telescope in the future as well. And next week on February 19 we will show the largest full moon of the year, what we call supermoon, even if this is not a scientific word at all, but I find this a truly fascinating word anyway. I was saying we will share the next full moon, supermoon, the largest full moon of the year, while it will rise at sunset above Rome. So you will see the wonderful moon just, over the skyline, the legendary skyline with the legendary monuments of Rome. So this is something I will not miss for no reason in the universe, you know. So you are welcome to join if you want, all this for free, all this on the Virtual Telescope Project. That's all, friends. Take care, keep looking up, and always keep in mind that you can save the sky if you just turn off your lights, the ones you are not needing. If you don't need that light, please turn it off. If you turn off an unneeded light, you will turn on a star. Do this and you will be happier. Thank you. See you soon. Take care. Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project, Italy.